Now, Secretary Rollins has a new counterpart in Canada, with a new cabinet being sworn in. Ag Minister Kody Blois is kicking off his term with some big announcements. Lyndsey Smith with Real Ag Radio joins us now. Lyndsey, so good to visit with you. So what's the latest?
Yeah, that's right. So Ag Minister Kody Blois is hitting the ground running with some significant speed. Already we have seen, so he was just named minister on Friday, as you heard. He was on yesterday's episode of Real Ag Radio, if you listen to that, and he's outlining where he wants to focus in what could be a very short stint as Ag Minister. We could see a federal election call as soon as Sunday, or our government could fall Monday and go into an election period. So in the meantime, Minister Blois is focusing on some trade irritants and some red tape that he says is getting in the way of Canada's productivity.
Any more details on what he plans to do?
Well, we've got three specific things that are related to livestock and specifically cattle. So one of the key things is Minister Blois has instructed CFIA, so our Canadian Food Inspection Agency, to speed up product approvals on alternatives to U.S. source feed, because of course we're in the midst of a trade war and sourcing products out of the U.S. has become more expensive or more difficult. So that is one of the areas. Another sort of larger picture is aiming to harmonize our BSE feed ban with U.S. requirements. This would put us more in line globally to be more competitive. And the last on the livestock side is actually to explore potentially increasing the slaughter age of feeder calves from 36 to 40, the maximum slaughter age. So for those 36 to 40 months, potentially. Now, the last move that Kody Blois has put forward to CFIA is on the fruit and vegetable labeling side, trying to work out removing some of outdated or cumbersome legislation on the labeling side. So definitely some big moves. At the same time, it's important, I think, to recognize this is a directive that the Ag Minister has given to CFIA. Realistically, though, there isn't yet a timeline per se on when this may actually all go through or how we see this all move forward. And again, we could be in a writ period, in an election period, as soon as next week.
Yeah, and of course, definitely hit the ground running there. You did mention the trade war and the tariff situation. What has he said about that and how he plans to handle that?
So, it's a huge question. Absolutely. It is sort of all encompassing. We also are dealing with pressure from China as well. We have tariffs on canola meal, oil, pork, and seafood. So Minister Blois has no shortage of trade irritants to try and work his way through. As far as we can tell, though, his priority very much is going to be to meet with, as you just saw, Secretary Rollins, to try and work through some of these, incredibly detrimental trade barriers for our very integrated markets, specifically thinking about cattle, pork, and these sorts of things. So that is very high on his list as well. Again, these moves today, I think, look more at increasing the competitiveness of Canada overall, recognizing that we could be in for a long haul with our U.S. trading partners.
Interesting time to be in that position for sure. That's Lyndsey Smith. We appreciate you joining us. And you can catch Real Ag Radio, which airs at 4:30 p.m. Eastern weekdays on Rural Radio, Channel 147 on Sirius XM. And we will talk to that team here on Market Day Report again tomorrow. And this Real Ag Radio update brought to you by Economics. You can go to nutrient-economics.com for the latest crop nutrition research and information.